What's up? What's up? We're back with podcast episode 2 of Dumb Things I'm Forced to Deal With. It's your boy, Louis Swagú, your host, and I'm here today with...
G.A.V.
What's up? You probably know Gavin. He's featured on Seasick from my last album, Mr. Drip. Go stream. It's on the YouTube channel right now. And we're just going to dive in.
That's right.
Back to another podcast today. We're going to start with a story, I think, because we'll go ahead and give you a little background on it. We're in a whole friend group, and it's called the Goop Squad, right? And we go on what we call adventures of sorts. We go to restaurants and eat, sort of thing.
Indeed.
Fun times. We're going to start with one event in specific, though. And the Forbidden Restaurant, as it's called. Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Imagine.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Bro.
So we're gonna start with Buffalo Wild Wings. So, when was this? About like a few months ago?
Yeah, this was during the summer. This was over summer break.
Okay, so over summer break, we decided one day, hey, we're gonna go to Buffalo Wild Wings. So we go to Buffalo Wild Wings. We have us an excellent meal. Food was great. Service was great for all of us except for one member, and that was Troy.
Yes.
Troy sat there the entire meal, and Troy's a shy fellow. Okay, he's got a big mouth, but he's very quiet around people that he doesn't know.
He claims to have what you call selective mutism.
Selective mutism, and it's basically he self-diagnosed himself.
Yes.
And
it's not real at all. He says that he can pick and choose. Like, he can't really, but his body picks and chooses the moments where he has to, like, be quiet when he's in front of someone.
Shout out, Troy. I bet you're listening right now.
Yeah.
And, so, during that, his selective mutism decided to act up, and he refused to ask for the waitress to fill up his water. So, we get the ticket. We get ready to pay. We all pay. We leave a tip, except for Troy. Troy gets it. He pays with his card, and he decides not to leave a tip because the waitress did not fill up his drink.
And keep in mind, we're all paying on separate tickets, so it's very easy to see who gave what tip. And she obviously saw that Troy didn't give a tip, and oh buddy, was she mad. Yes.
So, he takes the ticket. He leaves the tip tab blank. He doesn't write a 0. He doesn't write anything. And so, we walk out of the restaurant. I don't remember what we're talking about. We're talking about something. And then all of a sudden, we're out in the parking lot. We hear the door of Buffalo Wild Wings swing open behind us. And this lady comes running out, and she says, "Hey!" And we all turn around. We jump back because that's weird. And she's like, "Do you guys have a problem with your service or something?" And we all look at each other, so puzzled and confused.
Yes.
And we're like, no? So she runs out to us, and she's holding Troy's ticket. And she hands it to Troy, and she says, "Well, if you don't want to leave a tip, you gotta write a 0. So you know what Troy did? He takes the receipt, he takes the pen, he goes to the tip tab, he goes to the tip line, and he writes a big fat 0.
A whole goose egg. My man writes a 0. And she's like sitting there breathing so hard as she's writing, and she's like... She was furious. She was furious. And then when she's about to walk away, our old buddy Seth, he takes out $6 and hands it to her. He cracked under the peer pressure, and she was like, "Thank you, young man."
You gotta make up for it somehow. Poor Troy. So basically, that's gonna lead us into our first argument of sorts. Yes. And why tipping is stupid. Okay, so you're probably sitting there thinking, "Oh, but Grant, waiters and waitresses, they don't make enough money. They need the tips." No, I really don't care.
That's bullcrap.
That's bull. Because you go to any other country, okay? You go to the UK, you go to Scotland, you go to France, you go to Jamaica, you go to Australia. I don't care where you're going. When you go there and you go to a restaurant, a tip is seen as, quote, a reward for excellent service.
Yes. You have to deem it necessary for a tip. If they like went the extra mile, you tip them. By all means, tip them because they deserve it. But if they're really crappy, they're sloppy, and they don't give you your drink, they bring your food out, like you just have terrible service.
Right.
I should not have a tip. That's why it's optional.
Exactly. And in America, that's what's bad about America in general. Listen, in America, when you don't leave a tip, where's the tip, man? And then you know what's going to happen the next time they see your face at that restaurant? They're going to go up to your meal,
yes,
right in your food, because they hate you now.
You feel like they make you feel like lesser of a person if you don't tip in America.
Yes, it's a guilt trip, is what it is. It's a guilt trip, and I hate it.
And that waitress acted like that $3 that Troy was going to give her was going to change her life.
Yes,
that was rent money this month. It's over. If I don't get that $3, I'm evicted. Like, yes, that's how
you need the $3. Anything else, anything less, her children starve, apparently.
And she got tips from all three of us, just not Troy. I guarantee you she made tons of tip money before that service round.
Yes. Doesn't make any sense. She was fuming with anger. And that reminds me, the whole $3 thing that you just said there, that reminds me of Coke, who's another buddy in our Goop squad, and how every time we go anywhere to eat, he will scavenge for change. Like his life depends on it.
He like, we always go out somewhere to eat, and we're always like, okay, we have money, I have money, and Coke's like, no, somebody's gonna get me. Hey, he's like, hey, you got me? I'm like, no, we don't have you. No. You're gonna have to find your own money. So he comes, especially this one time, we go to Waffle House, this man brings like, he brings like $8 in quarters. And this woman, whenever we go to pay, the woman has to sit there and count it out. She spends like minutes counting that change. And we're all sitting there awkwardly. It was terrible.
Yes. And sometimes I just hate change in general. Like, I know you're gonna be like, oh man, but you save all those pennies, you get so much. No,
pity the poor penny.
I pity the poor penny. Hashtag English class. If you don't know what that is, oh, you don't know nothing about English.
Yes.
Shout out AP English 11. But yes, I hate change. That's gonna lead me to where I'm gonna go next with this. I hate change. Now, change is such a hassle. I'll be at the gas station, right? Say, this happened the other day. I'm sitting there, I go in before I head to my dad's house for the weekend, and I go in and I buy myself a Sprite lemonade. So I go up to the counter, I hand them $2 and change, and they hand me 30 cents. And you know what I did? I don't want the 30 cents. My cup holder's getting full of change, so I like to scavenge change for Polar Pops and other gas station items, but this time I just spent bills. So I take the change that I got from the register, I walked outside, and I tossed it on the ground. It's gonna make someone else's day. Because I don't care about change. You're like, oh man, that's so wasteful. Someone might have fought you over that money. It's people need that. No. Don't care.
If I'm being honest, the only change I really feel any sort of empathy for is quarters and dimes.
Yes, like, I don't know about dimes. I'll go quarters for sure.
Quarters for sure, but I mean, like, I feel like a dime, it's got something. Like, it's keeping it in my hand, like, for a little bit.
You gotta think about it. We're broke teenagers. We don't have any money. We don't have jobs. We scavenge for change all the time.
At some points, literally, if I want something really bad and I'm broke and none of my family will give me any money, I'll literally save up quarters and dimes until I have, like, $60 worth of change. I'll take that to a coin store.
Yes, there's nothing more demeaning than having to search the break room floor for quarters.
Yes.
So I'll be at break and I'll be like, oh, that mango passion fruit Minute Maid in the vending machine. It's so good. I bought one and I was hooked. It's like crack. It's so good. And you can't ignore how delicious it is. And you look in your wallet, you got the one. They cost $1.25, so you gonna need that quarter. And I look through my bag, I rummage, I find a few pennies, I don't find nothing else. And I'm like, oh dang. And you feel in the little pockets of the vending machine at the bottom to see if anyone left any change. And there's no money in there, of course. There's none.
And then sometimes you have to turn into one of those guys. It goes around, it's like, hey man, you got a quarter? Hey bro, you got a quarter I can borrow?
Yes, that...
Bro.
When you have to turn to that guy, I feel like such a hypocrite, because I'm going to go with that next, because I hate people who go around asking for money. Okay, you're going to be like, oh man, that's so bad. They don't have a home. They need money. No. I'm not talking about the homeless people. I'll give money to them, okay? Great for them. I mean, I do feel sympathy. You're probably like, oh, he's such a cruel, cold-hearted person. He doesn't feel any empathy for anybody. No, I'm talking about the people who I know have money. They go to a nice school where I go to. I know they have a little bit of money in their pockets. There's gotta be something there. And then they go around asking like, hey man, you got $1? And I'll be like, nah. And the worst thing is when I have to lie, simply because I just don't want to give them any money.
Yes, bro. Last year, this one girl, literally, almost every single day, I saw her in the lunch line. She would walk up to somebody and ask someone to pay for her lunch. Like I saw, and she had like an Apple Watch on her wrist. Like, you can't pay for your lunch, but mommy and daddy can buy you that Apple Watch, but they can't give you that $2.75. Nah, yes. Get out of my face. No.
I mean, and it's a different thing if they're not giving her money and she's asking. Okay, because like I understand that it's not her fault at that point, but you know, there's got to be some self-responsibility at that point, right?
Yes.
There's a little bit there, of course, because I mean, I'll go up to my parents and I ask for money, and like 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna get it unless it's for something stupid. They're gonna ask me what I'm gonna use it for. Of course, it's typically for these stupid adventures we go on where I need money to go out to eat because I'm broke and I don't have any money.
Yes.
Or it'll be when someone else in the Goop Squad is like, "Hey man, you got me," and I'll be feeling empathetic today, and I'll be like, "You know what? Yeah, I got you, man."
Yes. And I feel like if we're gonna talk about who's like the worst about that. I mean, I can't really talk because, like, lately I've been that way.
Yeah.
but really, like, Troy's pretty bad at it. And so Coke asked like as a joke, but Troy's pretty bad at it. Yes. And sometimes we'll even have to like take him to his house because he'll forget his little green piece of plastic that his mother has, and his mother forwards money onto it, and he always just forgets it.
Yes. Every time I go out to eat with Troy, we'll be at the school or somewhere, and he'll be like, "Hey, you got to run me by the house to get my card first." And I'll be like, "But I don't want to do that. It's not even on the way." He's like, "Nah, I don't care. You gotta go."
Yes.
And I'm like, "Well, what if I say no?" And he's like, "You can't." And I'm like, "But what if I do?" He's like, "Then I will beat you." And now Troy's a big fella, all right. He's got some muscles on him. You know what I'm saying? And while I do think that Troy could beat me, he won't because. Troy, I know you're listening right now and you're shaking your head and all, but listen, you are a pessimist. Indeed. You're not gonna do anything, bro.
Indeed.
I'm gonna leave that there. So whenever you're asking me for money next time, I'm just gonna deny you. Hit you with the fattest. No. Just all like right. That.
We'll stay home then.
Yeah, we'll just. All right, fine. Then Troy will just hit me with the fattest. Fine then. I'm not going. He's going to, quote, take his ball and go home.
Bro.
Yes. And
he tried to pull that, the first, like, literally, so every summer, Troy goes over to his father's house in Virginia. Mm-hmm. And he was like, the whole Goop Squad was excited because Troy was coming back home. It was his first day back home. We were going to go on a Goop Squad adventure. And then we couldn't decide where to go, though. So Troy was like, "You know what? Never mind. Y'all go without me." And I was like, I know that's some bullcrap.
Stop playing, Troy. You always be pulling something like that, for real.
Indeed.
He's always on that. And, shoot, I had somewhere I was going with this, but I can't really remember. Where was that? Troy's going to his house. He's going to take his ball and go home. And then, oh, yes, Troy threatens his friendship with you over everything. Oh my God, bro. Yes, he'll be like, "If you don't do that, I'm not friends with you anymore." Yes. Now, the victim of that mostly is Seth, because Seth feels empathy for his and Troy's relationship with each other. Yes. They have a quality friendship going, and Seth doesn't. Yes, Seth doesn't want to do anything to mess that up, and which I guess I can understand that. But whenever Troy's manipulating you like that, nah, couldn't be me. I can't be the one to just stick for Troy every single time.
It's like being in an abusive marriage.
Exactly, it's like being in an abusive relationship. He's abusing you mentally and physically, and you're just going with it.
You just can't get out.
You can't get out. And now, I feel like we got to touch more on Seth now. Seth, he's yes, we call him Meth because there's meth and there's coke in the group. Okay, so Meth, he's a fiery-eyed one there. He's got some anger about him, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Shout out Meth. I hope you're listening right now. Kudos to you, buddy. Big fella. But I gotta go with the story about him and Troy and the G.A.V project.
Oh.
I'm gonna let you tell it because you were there.
All right. Okay. So freshman year. No, not freshman year. Sophomore year. Yeah. Sophomore year. Old Jane DeGraff gives us an assignment, and we have to film a video that we're all given topics, and we have to film our own individual video on our topic on the Picture of Dorian Gray, which is a book.
That book was terrible.
It was not that good. So, being the procrastinators we are, we literally wait till the last day, the very last day, to film this video. So I figured we might as well just start with mine because I already have my idea for mine. So we get going, and we film a lot of footage.
Yes, they spend hours, like a long time on.
We do spend hours on. I will admit we spend a long time on ours, but we got lots of good footage. I had my plan; it just took a while to film and to get all the filming right.
Right.
At least I had my plan. And then, after we finished mine, well, just before we finished mine, people start complaining and getting irritable, especially Meth. He starts getting quite irritable. why are we spending all this time on just Gavins? We literally only have like 7 hours left, and we have to go to school. We don't have time for this. And I was like, we're almost done, and then we're gonna do yours. I hope you're ready. And he was like, okay, I am. So we get finished with mine, and guess what? He wasn't ready. He has no plan. He has no clue. No clue what to do. So I literally had to sit there and tell him, give him ideas. He's like, anybody want to give me any ideas? And I was like, dude, are you kidding me? You're going to sit here and complain, and you don't know what to do. So not only that, but I also filmed Coke's video. I come up with all the ideas for Coke's video, too. Coke and Mess. I did it. Coke's, Mess, and mine. I did all of them. Now, Troy was he was kind of our guinea pig. He was in all of our videos, and he kind of filmed his own. We got a little bit of footage for his, but it wasn't that much.
Rip Troy.
Yeah, but, okay, finally, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and we're all debating about going to sleep. And Meth, he's not having it. He is literally not having it. So he bursts, we turn the lights on, he burst out in a fit of anger. This man literally grabs a knife, a freaking knife. He grabs a knife from the kitchen and proceeds to try to murder Troy. Trying to stab, holding both hands down, trying to stab it into Troy's chest. I have to leap on top of him, grab the knife, and it was like a scene from a movie. I had to twist his hand away. I was like, no! And Troy was screaming for dear life. It was terrible.
Yes, if Gavin had moved his hands, Troy would be gone.
Troy would not be here today.
Gosh, that is the best story. So as you can see, Meth, he's got some fire in him. He's all about that anger. I remember, and he holds grudges too. I've known Meth since like 2nd or 3rd grade, and I remember in like I think it was 5th or 6th grade, I throat chopped him because he was talking it up. I had to do something. He was talking big, so I throat chopped him, and he didn't talk to me for like 2 weeks, and sad. It was depression. Yes. But I feel like we gotta go on to another member. This is turning into a whole Goop Squad rant.
Yes, Goop Squad lore.
Alright, we gotta get on Jimmy. How about Jimmy?
Jimmy.
My boy, shout out Jimmy. I hope you're watching.
Shout out James Alexander.
Yes, James. Okay, so I came up with Jimmy. He doesn't even go by Jimmy. He goes by Alex, which is his middle name. Yes. But his first name is James, so I just call him Jimmy for fun.
He is the newest member of the Goop Squad.
Yes, we added
a couple months ago.
Yep, we added him after homecoming because we hung out with him at Arby's afterwards, and he was pretty cool. I've known Jimmy since about... Oh, God, I got to start with how I met Jimmy. Dude, so in 2nd grade, we kind of shared this mutual hate for each other for no apparent reason. It was like the weirdest thing. And I don't think I've told you anything about this before, but... So, 2nd and 3rd grade, we would, like, yell and scream at each other at PE and junk, all what elementary school kids when they don't like each other. And then, I remember 4th grade, it's the first day of 4th grade, and we get assigned seats for the first time, and that literally never happens in any of my classes because you always get to choose where you sit when you're young. But 4th grade, that was the big leagues now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you get the assigned seats in the individual desks instead of tables. So I'm sitting at my desk, and old Jimmy walks through the door, and she's like, all right, you're sitting behind Grant right there. And I was like, oh, dang, this fool, it's going to be a long year. And I remember the words I said, which changed that friend. He's sitting behind me, and I can feel his cold, dead stare on the back of my head. And I remember I said the words that changed that friendship forever. I leaned back to him, and I said, yo, why do we hate each other again? And he looked at me puzzled, and he said, I don't really know. And I was like, well, for starters, my name's Grant. How you doing? And that was where the friendship blossomed. We hung out the entire year, all through elementary school. We kind of drifted apart a little bit, 10th grade, but, now he's back in the Goop Squad. Everything's back together. Everything's perfect. Yeah. Now, what are some flaws in Jimmy? We gotta find a few flaws about him.
Okay, well, let's see. Well, I guess it's not really a flaw, but... Well, actually, you know what? It is a flaw.
There we go.
Anytime that we're going to have a Goop Squad adventure, we try to bring him along, and mind you, this is going on right now to this day. We're trying to go somewhere Sunday, and Jimmy's trying to get his way out of it. But so we have to be like, nah, you're going, because he always makes excuses. He's always busy. He either always has to go to his father's, go to his mother's, go do something with Courtney, which is his girlfriend, and she's what we call a Goop Squad associate.
You gotta have the associates.
Yes, Goop Squad has associates, not full-blown members. Full-blown members would be me, Grant, Troy, Coke, Meth, and Jimmy.
Right.
However, some associates include Courtney, Marley Montalvo.
Shout out.
Shout out Marley. Shout out Josh Metzler.
Shout out Josh.
Yes.
I'm going to throw in Cameron Clark because I told him in the bathroom today that he was an associate.
All right.
Because he begged me to be one. Shout out Cameron. I hope you're listening to the podcast.
Right. Yeah.
Full-blown associate. Love you, brother. We got to throw Hootie in there. Shout out Hootie. You're my man. You're definitely an associate. You got to come somewhere with us sometime, man. But, yes, Jimmy always wants to back out of everything. In fact, he's been in, like, one Goop Squad adventure so far.
Yes, just to Waffle House.
Yes, literally just to Waffle House.
And sometimes not all the Goop Squad goes everywhere. Sometimes it's, like, just broken pieces. Like, me, Jimmy, and Grant went somewhere with another guy the other day. And we hung out at his house and watched a little bit of TV.
Gotta love the Star Wars Mandalorian. We gotta watch that episode.
Shout out Mandalorian.
Shout out the Mandalorian. That show is actually fire.
Shout
out Baby Yoda. Literally the greatest meme of the century.
Yes, Baby Yoda. Anyways, where are we? We're talking about Jimmy's flaws. Okay, so he always tries to get his way out of everything. I mean, well, I'm not gonna lie. He does have a job. He does work. That's something that...
He works on the weekends, though. He doesn't even work during the weekdays.
You're right. He does work on the weekends. But,
I mean, can we even say that he is a full-blown job at that point? Don't his grandparents own that place?
His aunt, I think.
His aunt?
Yeah, the mini golf place.
Yeah, okay. So, Jimmy, you need to start making time. I mean, I admit, I'm faulty about that, too. We can start flaming me if you want.
Alright.
I mean, we gotta go into each other now.
Let's
yes,
see.
I miss a ton of Goop Squad. I'm probably gonna miss this trip to Moe's on Sunday, honestly.
Yes. Grant. Because he has to build his fence.
Yes.
And do chores around the house.
This looming fence outside.
Yes.
It must be built.
It's going to last for the rest of his life, most likely.
We'll see what happens. I hope not, really. But,
yes.
What am I bad at? What am I bad about? They always flame me because I only watch American-based TV shows. But that goes for me and you too.
I only watch American. I don't like it. I mean, I like a little bit of shows.
I gotta flame Troy and Coke right now, and meth too. Y'all only watch something unless it's Japanese. No, let's go back to Coke on that. Coke is the worst about Asian culture. If he goes anywhere, he will ask for chopsticks. He can't eat anything with a fork.
And he refuses to touch things with his hands.
He refuses.
He literally...
Okay, yeah.
He will, like, slice into a piece of pizza. Like, today we saw him... Okay, for one, he only touches the bottom crust. He doesn't want his hands to get dirty at all. And, so today we watched him at lunch eat the pizza backwards, from crust first. What a madman. Who does that?
What an absolute madman. Yes, and I remember one time we were at Ming's, he spent 10 minutes looking for the chopsticks because he refused to eat with a fork.
He goes to the sushi section first. Of course.
That's so bad.
And he always wants to eat rock and roll.
Okay. What can I flame you about?
I don't know. I guess I'm fat.
Nah. That's a Troy thing. Okay. So Troy is literally always calling Gavin fat.
Literally always calling me fat.
Because Troy has this need to think he's better than everyone else.
Yes, that is true. And, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big boy. But, like, I am not that big. I'd say I'm literally slightly above average.
I'm bigger than you. Jeez.
Yes, there are plenty of people that are bigger than me. But all people in the Goop Squad, including some specific people...
Including associates as well.
Yes, including associates, like to think that I'm the fattest person on this planet.
There's no one larger than you, apparently.
Literally. Like, today, I was compared to the old president, William Taft, who had to have a large bathtub to make it fit in it. He was really over 400 pounds, I'm sure.
Who compared you to him?
I weigh 188 pounds.
Who compared you to him?
Hootie.
Of course it's Hootie. Shout out Hootie. That's funny, bro. That's really funny.
He will not get off my case.
He won't get off of you, bro. That's actually hilarious.
I weigh 188 pounds.
Oh my god, that's funny. That's funny. But, the boys are always flaming me about my rap career, I guess. That's one of my flaws, I suppose. Everyone wants to flame me about that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Louis is pretty fire.
Yeah, that Louis music go hard.
It does
go
hard.
Go peep Mr. Drip. It's up now. New album coming in a few months. Shout out to that. I'm running out of things to talk about.
Should we wrap it up?
Should we wrap it up? I guess so. Alright, that's gonna conclude episode 2 of the podcast. We'll call it Goop Squad Lore or something.
A brief history of our friend group and some things associated with it that we find
the dumb things that I'm forced to deal with in the group. There we go. Connected back to the title. You've been watching the podcast, Dumb Things I'm Forced to Deal With. Today featuring Gavin. Say hi once more.
Hello.
Alright, and we're going to head out. That's your host, Louis Swagú, signing off.
Bye, guys.
See you next time.